Hello. When a divorce or breakup happens, we're going to talk today about how to deal with a breakup without closure. Because when there is that breakup, when there is a divorce, particularly when it happens suddenly or unexpectedly, in the case of sudden discovery of cheating, or somebody's left suddenly and is seemingly without explanation or apology, or it can leave, that shock can leave you wanting to know, well, what happened and why? Our lives seem to be going in one direction and now it's going in a totally other direction and I don't understand why. And out of that shock, that need to have an understanding can be the feeling that you need what's known as closure. We want to know why. We want to know what happened. We want to understand something that's going to ease the pain. The thing is that seeking this closure from another person by their explanation, you have to ask yourself, well, will it help? Is it really going to make a difference? Some people can explain themselves, but some people are very limited in what they're able to explain. And we might not even, if they do explain, like the answer. So it just leads to the question, why? Again, we come back to why, a little bit like a toddler asking, because it's really hard to, because it doesn't ease the pain, because you think you want that and then it doesn't make any difference, because basically somebody has changed their mind for whatever reason, whether we agree with that reason or not, whether we think it's ethical or not. That is the fact, that they've changed their mind. And wanting answers and thinking that you're going to feel more content, you're going to have that closure. If you have the answers, it is a way, really, it just prolongs the pain. It keeps things dragging out a little bit more than if you can accept the situation. It can also be helpful to have a look at it from the perspective and say, do you really want to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with you anymore? So turning the focus a little bit. Because if closure means putting it to rest, that means there has to be an element of acceptance of the situation. That's not the same as understanding. It's just accepting that this is what has happened. I may or may not ever know why it happened or what was involved, but it's a fact, and that's the way it is. Just allowing that window of acceptance also gives an opportunity to turn it around. Instead of expecting somebody else to ease the pain by apology or explanations, it turns it around back to us, and we're able to look at our own self-healing and our self-value and build our confidence. And both of these, acceptance and self-healing, are things that we have to do for ourselves. We can't expect anybody else to get to that place for us. And whilst that may be not what's being looked for at first with looking for closure, what happens with closure is we're expecting somebody else to give us the ease of pain. By going to acceptance and self-healing, where is actually incredibly empowering, and not relying on answers or somebody else. We're saying, I can do this. You're taking the power back. It's empowering. And that empowering position gives you a window to peace, and also a window to opportunities for the future. It can be helpful as well to recognize that maybe it's important not to take it personally because somebody has changed their mind. It's not about you. They're on with their lives, on their choices, and it's time for you to take the opportunities that are opening up for you. And if that's there's still a bit of resistance going on there, it may be, and this is a tough love alert one, it may be that it would be good to have a look and see whether that we're not using the need for closure, or feeling the need for closure as an excuse for not moving on. At some point we have to do it. It's really good to do it as soon as possible. Perspectives that can help do that are things like recognizing that nobody else is responsible for your own happiness, only you. Again, hugely empowering. Getting to the point of not expecting an apology or to understand, recognizing that it's about letting go and allowing that other person to live with whatever decisions they have made, and we live with ours. If that's still really hard, if there's lots of negative emotions going on, anger, bitterness, frustration, or the need to talk it out some more with somebody, then it can be really helpful to get some support, some professional support. All of this means that you can, instead of everything going around in that tape loop in your head, rewriting history, going over the past, seeing what else can change, you're bringing yourself into the present moment. You're saying, this is who I am now. This is what I'm going to look at. This is what I need to do for myself. And when you do that, then you can start to create new opportunities and a future for yourself. So those are a few ideas about how to deal with a breakup without that feeling of closure in the first place.